Hey guys, so I have a unboxing for you guys, and along with the unboxing, I actually have quite a story to go with this unboxing. So I will be unboxing these two items, which I'll set aside for now. Meanwhile, I get to the story, and then I will be unboxing this guy here. This is a really big box. Ignore my mess. I have a mess everywhere right now. I have some other shipments behind me that I need to go through. I also have a bunch of bubble wrap and stuffing and things like that because it is going to be used to stuff the item that I am going to unbox today. So before I get started, it was a journey. So I actually was a very happy owner of a Petite Noe in the Epi leather. It was the color Noir. It was gorgeous. I use that bag a lot, actually, a lot. And you guys can check out my Instagram. It's Lot and Luxuries. And I showed that bag a lot, and I love that bag. It honestly became one of my everydays. I would rotate it quite often, and I honestly love that bag. So I can't remember exactly how far in I've had it when I started noticing that the back panel started kind of creasing, and it looked really wrinkly. I do have pictures, but I will have to take for them. If I find them, I'll go ahead and insert them, and if I can, I'm sorry. But I noticed the back panel, it was creasing, and it was all these little wrinkles. And while it was in the back panel, it didn't really bother me at the beginning, but then I noticed that the creasing started getting really bad, and I was afraid that it was going to get a lot worse. It was a newer model. It was the one with the silver hardware, so it was not a vintage one. So I kind of figured I would have to take it in and have it evaluated and see what the repair specialist would tell me. So one day I took it in, and I walked right in. It was kind of busy, but not too busy. Someone said, "Oh, we'll have a repair specialist take a look at it and see what can happen." So I went ahead and I took it in, and the specialist was like, "Oh, we're gonna have to definitely send it out and see what they say." I kind of had a bad feeling about it there, but I actually had posted what the damage was looking like. I actually posted it on the super famous Facebook group. What is it? Sorry, you guys, my dogs are barking. It was the Louis Vuitton Addicted group, was it? And and so I had posted there to see if anybody had gone through the same. No, stop. To see if anybody had gone through the same experience as I did. So I had posted it, and sure enough, someone else told me the same thing happened with my bag. I took it to the boutique, and they actually replaced it for me. They gave me store credit. Now, I didn't want store credit because, like I said, I actually genuinely love that bag, as we should love all our pieces, but I really love this bag. And so I was very okay. I mean, I would rather try to fix it instead of replacing it. But I just wanted some type of, I don't know, a better answer, So I send it off. And they said they would get back to me, and typically, it could take anywhere from, 4 to 6 weeks when they tell you anything back. And so I went ahead and did that. Then I received a call, and then they left me a voicemail saying that, the item had made it to Paris, and that the specialist had gone over it, and they said that there was nothing they can do, because at the beginning she was saying that maybe they can paint over it, and I was like, there's no way you can paint over epi, like, not happening. But anyways, so I already knew that, but she said, no, we can't paint it. You would have to have the whole entire back panel replaced. Now, I was like, okay, well, how much is it for just that side? And I mean, the petite noir is not too big either, so I didn't think it was going to be, you know, so bad. But they had quoted me like 600 and something, and so at that point, I was like, okay, I knew that production had slowed down with these bags. I know that they were not easily attained anymore. But I was hoping that they would be able to find another one from another location and then bring it over to me. You know, and I would just buy a new one versus getting it repaired. But my essay was like, it's going to be kind of hard to find it, so you might as well have it repaired. But then I said, you know what? I would rather put that money into another bag. So I opted out. I let them know, you know, that it was fine, that, you know, it's in the back. Nobody really sees it because that side is literally towards my body. So nobody would really be able to see unless I had my bag down facing backwards, which that's kind of rare. But so I went ahead and said, no, thank you. Just send it back over. Call me when it's in the store and I will pick it up. Now, my husband thinks that they should have just replaced it, but they didn't want to, and this is kind of their karma. But, I mean, it is what it is. So, they called me, and they said, hey, your bag is ready to be picked up. I believe they contacted me, like, on a Tuesday, and I said, okay, no problem. I will pick it up as soon as I can. And typically, I don't let things, when they call me and, you know, say things are in, typically, I don't let them sit for too long at the store. So, I believe they called me either Monday or Tuesday, and I said, okay, I will pick it up, that Saturday. So, you know, at this point, it wasn't my essay who was contacting me anymore. It was somebody else, you know, from their special repairs section. And so they told me, sure, no problem. You'll have your bag here waiting for you. Okay, thanks, no problem. I had a gut feeling. This whole time I had a gut feeling something was going to go wrong. And I felt very uneasy about the whole thing, but I left it alone. So before the end of the week came, they called me again and said, your bag, come pick it up, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I told them I would be there as soon as I can. I literally cannot drop my schedule to go pick up a bag. Like, you know. So it wasn't even there a week, and they had called me and told me, hey, we will ship it to you for free. I personally don't like that. I mean, the boutique is only about 45 to an hour away. So I was like, okay, what's the big deal? Like, just wait, you know, wait for me. And I just had a gut feeling the whole time. But anyways, so they didn't want to do that. They literally wanted me to, like, drop what I was doing and go and get it. I said, you know, that would be there, but they said, no, we'll ship it complimentary, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, fine, great. I thought, just get it over with, send me back my bag, because they're really pushing it, and, you know, they really don't normally push that hard, so I was like, okay. But then I found out that they were in the middle of remodeling their boutique, so they were going to be moving back to the original spot, because the boutique was ready to be moved back into. So I figured, okay, maybe they're just trying to move as much as they can before they move back to their original location, which I totally understand. So I agreed to have it shipped. And the specialist that I was talking to, I went ahead and confirmed my information. I confirmed twice my shipping information because, you know, shipping can be tricky if you are not careful with the address and, all that information that you provide. So I went ahead and verified it twice with her. Obviously, she had it on my account, but I just wanted to make sure that, that she was going to be shipping it to the correct place. So, I'm going to try to speed it up because I know it's already 10 minutes in and I don't want to blah blah 45 minutes about the story. But I think it's worthy. It's a worthy story because if it happens to you guys, I do want to, encourage you guys to push it as far as you can. So anyways, the bag was shipped out, and this was right before 4th of July, because I remember thinking, okay, well, it might be delayed because, July 4th, nobody works and whatnot. So they went ahead and shipped the bag literally like maybe 4 days before 4th of July, and they didn't send me any any tracking information or anything like that. So, but I figured, it doesn't take very long, because they did tell me you're just going to have to sign for it. So I was looking and being alert and making sure someone was home to sign for that package and all that. And nothing ever arrived. So I thought that was weird. So I'm busy with the holidays. 4th of July comes and goes. And then on like July 5th, I was like, okay, that's kind of long. They said they shipped it a week ago, and that's not right. So I called the Louis Vuitton customer service and I said, look, someone shipped up my bag from the store and I haven't received it. What's going on? And they're like, hold on and see if we can have a tracking. It should be in the system. She gives me the tracking number and I was like, oh, thank you so much. I'm about to track this. And I hang up customer service. I track the package, you guys, and I kid you not, it says delivered. It says delivered and signed by someone who I would not know signed. Like, I don't know that person who signed it. And right away I got scared because I was like, oh my god, someone probably signed it saying it was me and that I received it, and that's not definitely me. So then I look and it was signed by someone unknown to me, and it was delivered to an address like an hour away from where I live. I panicked. You guys can imagine. I panicked. I was so furious. I was like, this is not happening to me. So I called back customer service and I panicked and I was freaking out. They were trying to get a hold of someone in the store because now you can't call the store directly unless you have your sales associate information directly from a store. But now when you call Louis Vuitton, it's their customer service and they filter the calls and they get a hold of whoever they need to get a hold of over at the store or the boutique. And so they were trying to get a hold of them, but because of the move, they couldn't get a hold of anybody. And I was pushing it. I was calling every single day, if not twice a day. I need to speak to a manager. This is not okay. And the funny part is that in the receipt, the invoice that they had emailed me, it shows the address that they delivered it to. And it was my name on the box. It was just the wrong address. So, which is kind of weird. I don't know how you screw that up, but I mean, I guess it's possible. And so the person who signed my bag, luckily was a well-known client to my store. And once I got in contact with the store, they apologized and they said that they would work on it and make sure they get my bag back and all that stuff. Okay, no problem, get it back. So I figured, it's not far from the boutique, neither the location that it was accidentally sent to, nor from back to the store to me. So I figured this shouldn't be long. And then they completely went, they disappeared from the face of the earth. Everyone that I was texting from my boutique was absolutely no help. They started ignoring me. And boy, did that just trigger me even worse. They ignored me, and I was getting really frustrated, so I was calling customer service so much that they finally sent me over to someone who gave me a direct number to someone from their customer service because it was getting so ridiculous about how much I was calling. And trying to call customer service and explain the situation to a different person every single time got so exhausting, you guys. So I was already sober, I was frustrated, and so I was glad that they did that. And she, I will not disclose her name, but the person who gave me her direct number from the customer service, and gave me her name, the first phone call, she made it seem like she was going to help me and solve this, and we're going to get a hold of them, and, promised high and mighty that things were going to get done, and that they were going to get my bag back. And to put it bluntly, that was complete horseshit. By the third time that I called to check in, she was so over it. She pretended like she didn't know who I was anymore, and she was absolutely like no help. I was really disappointed because these people are supposed to be, part of corporate, part of the best customer service team, and it was not. It was really shitty of them to do that. But so at this point, I reached out to my sales associate, and I said, I know I didn't drag you into this mess, and I know I didn't leave this bag with you, but I need help because no one's helping me, and I'm in full panic mode, and I have no answers, and I don't have a bag, and this is not okay. So God bless her soul, because she was the one who moved mountains for me to get my bag. And I love her. She's awesome. But what ended up happening was she ended up saying, oh, well, he's the person who it was shipped to is a well-known client of ours. We're going to get your bag back. We're shipping him a shipping kit so he can ship back the bag at no cost, obviously. And the second that we get it, because everything's going to be overnighted, and the second we get it, we will overnight it to you. And I was like, you can go ahead and do that. I'm fine with that. But honestly, the second that you get it, I would rather go to the store and pick it up. And she said, okay, no problem. We're reaching out to the client now, making sure that he will sign for the package that's going to be dropped off, because with all things Louis Vuitton, it is signature required. He goes, and it's a full shipping kit, so he does need to sign for it, and then it will be picked up. So she was trying to make the arrangements for it. I don't know how else to put it, but this guy, oh my god, it really does still get me really triggered. But basically, bottom line is, the guy refused to give back my bag. He refused 3 times to sign for the package from UPS or FedEx to have my bag picked up. At this point, my SA knows what's going on, because she said that the customer would only reply when he was being called about an item that he ordered that had came into the boutique. For that, he would reply right away. When they would contact him, call him, or text him regarding signing over for the package to be handed over, he refused. These were her words. He absolutely refused to sign. So at this point, it's like, what else can you possibly do? You have someone who refuses to sign over something that's not there. And I mean, at the same time, I understand that the mistake was done on behalf of LV, but it does not make it okay, because you are still stealing. You, at this point, you know, it's like company property. You are stealing from LV, which is really unfortunate. But I am a person who believes that karma and justice will be served in their own terms someday. I'm hoping. Because it's absolutely not okay. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, it could have gone really bad. I could have had my husband drive over to the location and pound the guy and get my bag back. But as someone who studies law and knows the law very well, that would not honestly, it would not be a good idea, especially over a bag. At the end of the day, it's just a materialistic item. But yeah, it's just still very wrong, and really sad, because I really loved my bag. But anyway, so what ended up happening was my amazing associate was working, you know, side by side with the management team there at the boutique, and she was the one who went ahead and said, look, the only way that this is, you know, we're going to make it right is by giving her the store credit for the bag. And that's exactly what they did. I'm so excited. So I had narrowed it down to a couple of things. And the reverse pochette Matisse was definitely on my radar. I really, really, really wanted it. But there's just too long of a wait list, honestly, for either pochette Matisse. And I was just like, no, I just want to get something and close this chapter. Sorry, I can't talk, you guys. I'm still getting used to braces. And I wanted to close this chapter and just call it a day, you know. And the pochette Matisse will come on another time for me anyway. So it was not a big deal. Like I said, I had dropped off the bag in April. You know, by the time they took the time back and forth to Paris, that was through May, and then June, that's when they weren't replying to me, and then July is finally when they sent it out, and that through July, that's really when the whole drama went down with the other person I wanted to give my bag back and all that stuff. So while it's very sad, and you know, I really love my bag and all that, I'm just glad that Louis Vuitton made it right and gave me that store credit for the full amount of my bag and let me pick out another bag. And so that is what this is, and this is what I'm gonna box. And because it's already been going on 24 minutes, I will make a separate video on these things here, because if not, this will just take too long. So if you want to see what this is, I will post another video after this, showing you guys what this is here. This item here is also has a story. Also has a story to it, and this is a trend that's going on right now. So yeah, if you guys want to see these unboxings, just make sure that you watch the video after here. But okay, enough of the rambling and talking and all that stuff. I want to show you guys what I got. When we went to pick it up, I had a nice like seating area, and they had champagne waiting for me, and here it is, finally in September. We have an item. So I am sitting on the floor, so it's easier for me to do this. I am taking off the ribbon, the lovely ribbon there. Okay, and I'm gonna try to do this without hurting anybody, so I might have to do this. There we go. Okay, so maybe by the sides you guys will get to guess what I got, but it is here in this big old dust bag, and this is the first time me seeing it since I picked it at the store. So I got I got the Keep All 55. There we go. And it is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to break it in. And this is why I said I have all that stuffing back there, because I knew that I would need it to stuff this big thing. So this is a Keep All. This has the monogram canvas with the what is this black? Mascara, or yeah, I'm gonna butcher the name anyways, but it is a black and it has silver hardware. It's honestly, it's beautiful, you guys. And here is the piece for the strap. The handles to close. And here is the strap, silver hardware, which I love. I am really loving the monogram and canvas with the black. And in here, what's in here? Oh, okay. So here is, if you guys want to see right there, that would be the product code to find it. And I have keys and the lock, which is wrapped. Oh, nothing like super shiny hardware, right, guys? So, okay. I'm gonna have to put this back. Sorry, guys. I guess I could put that down for there for now. But anyways, guys, so this is it right here. It's gorgeous, and I cannot wait to stuff her up, make her nice and fluffy, to get any creasing, and then start using her. So anyways, you guys, if you guys have problems, definitely don't give up. Always make sure that they make things right, because these things are not cheap. Everyone works hard for their money, and I think that, you know, sometimes customer service forgets, you know, that I also train of thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, they forget that, you know, they're human and they're at the same level as we are. They're not superior to us, and they actually do need to help do their jobs the best they can. Because I feel like sometimes, realistically, they half-ass their jobs, and instead of helping, they don't. So you guys find yourself in a situation where you want to give up because you're not being helped. Don't. You know, keep pushing, and that's all I can say. I'm telling you guys, I was calling every day, sometimes twice a day, big old messages to the boutique cell phones. I had it, and it was gonna be known that I was really upset, and I'm glad things worked out. Things actually really worked out for me, and here we go. Here is my Keep All. So, alrighty, guys. Sorry this video was so long, but thank you guys for tuning in. I am not an expert. I'm not a blogger. I'm not anything. I am literally just a Louis Vuitton lover, and I will make these videos to try to help you know, someone else out, because what if there's someone out there who is going through the same thing that I went through and they don't know how to go about it. So anyways, yeah, stay tuned for my next video, and I will talk about these two items here. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.